What's up guys and welcome back to the channel. Today we are in the garage and I've already done a video on pretty much like catching up what we have plans for the EK, or what plans we have for the EK, what plans I have for the TSX. The TSX, I'm waiting for the tires to get delivered by Falcon, and then we're gonna be adjusting the whole fitment of the car. I'll make a video on that. But today we have some really random news. So unfortunately my friend John got in a bike accident on his Grom last week, and he's good. He's recovered. Well, he's still recovering, but he got discharged from the hospital. So if you're watching this video, John, because I know you're stuck at home for the next couple months, we're gonna make the best out of your bike and we're gonna try to build a new bike. Unfortunately not for you, because he actually doesn't want to ride anymore, and understand where he's coming from. He's gonna have PTSD from the bike accident. In my case, what I decided to do was to buy his wrecked bike from him, and we're gonna build it into another bike. And John, if you want to start riding again, by that time I will have this bike all fixed and it'll be a whole new setup, and you can always ride along too. You don't even have to just take it, because I'm gonna have two bikes, so you can have one just to whip around if you ever feel like riding again. I'm not pressuring you, but anyways, so yeah, today's video is gonna be about the mini motos. So as you guys know, I have a 2019 Honda Monkey, which is right here. This one is as done up as you can get, but there's still a lot of things you can still do to these bikes, like for example, like a swing arm, you know, you have billet triples. There's a lot you can do to these, and a lot of people that have one of these or own one of these do know how expensive and how fun and how crazy you can get on one of these, as in like building one. Recently I do have a dry clutch set up on my bike. I recently switched over to hydro, so we got the Magura HC1 clutch lever, the little reservoir right there, and it is a full hydro dry clutch setup. And I rode this already, got coffee and just ride around just to get a feel for how the hydraulic feels. And hydraulic clutch on these bikes, 90-day difference, feels amazing, so worth it. We'll talk about this bike later on. We're making this video about John's old bike, which I bought from him, which is a 2015 Honda Grom. You guys probably, if you guys have seen my stories, you guys probably seen his bike in my stories, because we do ride a lot pretty often. And this is his bike. You can see that it was towed into the impound. And unfortunately, he actually, in the accident, he didn't hit the car. So as in like, the bike didn't hit the car. He flew off the bike and he hit the car. So this bike literally just dragged on the ground, and that's literally all that happened. But due to how, I don't know how fast he was going and how far the bike dragged, it got pretty bad. So you can't really see it. And I'll show you guys, like, we'll work its way up into what's messed up on the bike. But the fairings is one, but this is a cheap fix. The bars are bent. You can see it goes up and kind of drag there. The ASV unbreakable levers surprisingly did not hit both of the brake and the clutch, and these are brand new, so that's cool. This side, I think it's bent in this way. Back here, the seat ripped off, so it just needs a new seat. And then as we take the seat off, you can see that the whole frame back here got bent. And because what happened was, when the bike fell on the ground, it landed like this. And if you guys own a bike, you guys would know this isn't supposed to happen. It's going way too far in, right? This is how it should be, where it stops before like any, oh, never mind, I guess not on this. Well, on my bike, if you full lock, there's little stoppers that prevent, like, of course, the forks to hit your gas tank or your panels. When the bike laid down and dragged on the ground, which I'm assuming dragged like this somehow, so I don't know if it So I think what happened was the bike spun around, it landed like this, and it was dragging backwards. And that's why this now, there are these little stoppers right here. I mean, you guys can see this stopper snapped off completely, or like it chipped a piece off. So it went like this. The bike was dragging backwards, which is why this is grinding down. But what happened was it pushed this, dragged backwards, and it twisted the whole frame. So it's hard to show you guys how twisted the frame is on camera, but if you look back here, you know what, I should actually put this on a stand and show you guys. All right, I got up on the stand. It's hard to see, but if you look at the rear tire and the shock is going to the right. Also, the chain is extremely loose, and that is because the frame twisted and the chain came off. And then what happened was, I think like it's like tweaked, so like it's not adjusted properly. And you guys ever adjusted motorcycle chains? You guys don't want to mean, but yeah, the frame twisted. And if we go to the front, you see the front wheel is going this way, and look at the gas tank and the bars. It's like it's not straight, but if I go down here, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the thing is actually straight. Like I have put the bars as straight as I can. So if you look at the triples, but if you go over here, look straight on. See how the wheel is going that way to the left, and also if you look at the motor is like this, and the whole front's like this. So the triples or the fours could be bent, but I don't think so. 100% is the frame. So what happened was the frame twisted. It twisted somewhere in here, and I haven't taken it apart yet just because he's waiting for insurance. But it twisted, and it sucks because you can't buy OG frames anymore. You can only buy SF and the newer ones. They're like, the SF frames are like $207, but on these, dude, used ones are so expensive. Oh my God, you can kind of see it right here. That thing is like lopsided. So when you take this off the stand, you push the bike, you can feel like it's like crab walking. Like when you have a really bad alignment in your car, it's crab walking. But anyways, what the plans are for this is, once he figures out with insurance what they're gonna do with this, I'm gonna strip it completely, send the frame to, what was it, one of my friends over at Riders Block. He said he has a buddy that can see if they could bend the frame back. He's gonna put on a laser and then see how bad the frame is. If it's fixable, then he can fix it. If he can't, then we'll figure out what to do. But as of right now, I want to keep the OG because I love the OG body style. Especially when these are slammed, they look so sleek versus the SF. I had an SF before, and I've owned a blue OG for like a week or so. But I bought it, parted it out, and then sold it. So I don't have that OG anymore. But this one is a little bit more special though, just because it's John's bike. We're not gonna slam this or anything. We might use it just to maybe learn wheelies, I don't know. But it's a good bike. If you guys don't know what you guys are looking at or what parts are on it, I can literally give you guys a whole rundown since I helped. He bought this bike, it wasn't really running. We put it back on stock bore, so stock piston and everything, got it running. Now it's on a high comp DHM piston with a TB cam, stock intake manifold throttle body, and it does have a A-Racer in it. So it has an A-Racer AF2 wideband with A-Racer Super RC2, as well as Composimo 2.5 inch lowering length. This is Composimo, right? I forgot. Looks like Composimo. No, it's not Composimo. It is maybe the Ruck Shop, probably the Ruck Shop. And then you got Composimo race bars up here. A-Racer Sport D-Dash, which is good. You can keep track of your wideband and your pretty much like your temps and your AFRs, because you want that on a built motor. This is a high comp, but you want your bike to run cool. These blow up if you don't run them cool, or if they run too hot, they'll blow up. It has the OG Inky wheels, Grandfather's super light rotors, I think that's what they call, Coromoto brake lines front and rear, You got the Hindle, and then you got the Grandfather's billet rear hub. Hopefully it's not damaged because the chain did kind of drag on it during the accident. And then the Grandfather speed spacers. And this, I tuned this bike for him. It runs really good. It has a lot of torque. So I think ideally this makes around like 12 or 13 horsepower, like butt dyno wise. But it's a lot faster than a stock ROM. It gets down, yeah. And then I think he has a Costa cam chain or cam chain tensioners, and then a Costa Grandfather's manual cam chain tensioner. So yeah, it has like tasteful mods, good mods, and it's a rudder, but right now it is not. I mean, it starts, it fires up, the motor sounds good. I started it when we picked it from the impound. We're just waiting on what to do with this bike, just because the whole frame's twisted. But this is gonna be another part of the YouTube channel. So this is me part of the build series. So that, my T-Sex, and this. But there's like not much to do on this. I just love riding it, but we'll see. There's always things that show up. But that's it for this video. I'm gonna see what to do with this bike. Or we're gonna wait it out, but I just want to introduce this to you guys. If you guys are into the mini moto scene, stay tuned, and we'll have cars and mini content. So peace to guys, those others, just keep building, and thank you for sticking around, guys. Peace.